Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show where after the collision, we sift through
the wreckage.
The wreckage. I am your host, Jimmy T. He is my co-host, the opinion haver himself, and the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams. And we are live on Hangman Media Group's YouTube channel and, of course, channelattitude.com after the fact. Vet, after a hot... All In last week, we're on the road to the Forbidden Door. Not that it really feels like it, but we're somewhat getting there. But yeah, I feel like we're on a bit of a lull period. I mean, considering AEW's ratings dropped really low, and I know the ratings don't really matter, but I have to point this out. I mean, how did they go from All In to like 500,000 people? I mean, should that tell you something about Hangman or Hang Person being champ right now?
Yes and no. It is a little strange not to get the curiosity bump.
Curiosity bump. I mean, come on. What's so curious about a cowboy these days in 2025?
Well, he's not the only person on the show.
That's true.
So
that's fair.
You could have tuned in to see other people or see what else happened, or maybe you cared about what are the Young Bucks going to do now? Or, like any of the follow-up, what are the Death Riders going to do? Which dicks are they going to ride now? Like now that nice. What's John Moxley's answer? I mean, there's things that you could have tuned in to see, even if you didn't care about Hang Person. And I guess nobody did. But
seems like it.
But yeah, but also just who knows? Like maybe it's just a coincidence.
Well, you know how it is. I mean, I don't believe in coincidences, especially this one, because let's be real, Vet, it feels like the same old, even though we came off All In. Even with the dick riders, they're still dick riding, doing the same shit.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any sort of like logical progression or people aren't reacting to the same. It's just kind of a problem when, again, I feel like I say this all the time, but when you've grown up, I mean, we have wrestlers that were born and became full adults only knowing that wrestling is the phoniest shit ever. How can you, as a practitioner of the craft, how can you take it seriously? It's never been serious to you. It's always been a rib. So you're not even looking at things anymore in terms of like, how do we get more people to buy into what we're doing? How do we get them to buy into what we're selling? How do we grift the people? It's just, and their answer is, well, everything's phony, but let me really stab a guy with a fork, because then people can say, well, at least that's not fake, even though it doesn't actually end up meaning anything.
Meaning? What meaning? Especially in this company.
Yeah. So, this is just where we're at. And it's, any complaints that I could levy against AEW, I can levy against any wrestling company, because we're all just in this weird, like somehow it's popular, but yet feels like it's more of a joke than it has ever been. I don't understand why people are still interested in this at all.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, actually. It's even an interesting conversation, to be honest, Vet, because it's a weird, like I said, pro wrestling, and we've said this in the past too, pro wrestling is just a weird thing, man. And I've always wondered, and I've said this a million times, like what gets not just us, but just people in general so into it, yet we just, the amount of times like I've given up on it here and there. I've never gone away from it for over a year, put it that way. But I'll stay away from it for like a few months and then come back. And this is in the past, obviously, but I can never just get away from it. I'll always get back to it. Even if it sucks, I still manage to still want to watch it for whatever reason, even though I'm punishing myself. But I don't know, man. It's the only thing that really does that with their own fan base. But you're right. It's a weird sort of siege because wrestling feels bigger than it ever was. But at the same time, like you said, it feels like a joke too. You know what I mean? No one's taking it serious. I mean, I went on a rant on WWE just on the Smack Attack just after we did the video game special. And now, and the last thing I want to be is negative on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's getting to me because, especially coming off All In, I was expecting so much more, man. But again, like I said in my little header on StreamYard there, how can TK book or am I just out of touch? Is it just me? Am I really getting out of touch? That's how I feel.
Oh God, no. Like,
well.
No, but no, I don't know that, I don't know that anybody that has like, I don't know that anybody that has real pedigree in wrestling is saying that it's good. The only time you're going to hear anybody liking it is just marks. That's it.
Right.
And again, those people, who knows how they came up, you know, like if they only watch TNA their whole life and they're not used to like older wrestling, then yeah, I guess. Or if you're just into Human Demolition Derby, it's like, yeah, I guess. Or if you're just looking at it in terms of like athleticism, then yeah, I guess. But I don't know.
I want storytelling, Vet. I want psychology. I want things that make sense, man.
There isn't, and there, you know what? There never has been. It's just we think it was like that, but when you go back and look at all that stuff, it was stupid back then too. It's always been stupid, and that's why we keep saying, why is this a thing? Because it's always been stupid. It's always been stupid. We are the ones that have the problem.
Right. That's
so all those people that came in, all those people that came in the room while you were watching wrestling over your lifetime and said, why you watch this shit? They were all right. We were wrong. That's what it is. J12 asked, Vet, what did they do to Okada song? I don't know.
Oh my God, dude. Thank you for bringing that up, J12. Dude, I was tripping.
It's not as bad as Kenny's song.
Nah,
but
that's
it's
true.
bad. It's not cool. It's not that cool.
Bro, when I heard that, I kid you not, like I double took. Like I double taked on it. I was like, hang on a minute. Is that Okada? I thought Okada was coming out. And then I look back and it is Okada. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? What am I hearing? Why did they do this, bro?
I don't know. We'll get to that later.
Wow. That's bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, speaking of I don't know, apparently, and now I'm going into the news, by the way, Thekla has officially signed a contract with AEW. I thought she
didn't sign already?
Yeah, apparently she wasn't. I kid you not, dude. That's the headline. I swear to you, man. Well, this will actually impress you. Probably not, actually. Because now you're going to tell me, like, next again. But I just want to see your reaction. Because this is how dumb this friggin' article is. But this is the headline. WWE reportedly grooming Rhea Ripley, Jacob Fatu, and Bron Breakker to be new top stars for the future.
How many years has Rhea Ripley been in the company?
That's exactly what was my first thought. First of all, she's already freaking one of the stars of WWE. So let's just move on. I just wanted to see your reaction to that because I knew you would react the way you did. And I just wanted to see it because that's your headlines this week, pretty much, guys. I mean, that's how slow the news is once again this week because there's a whole bunch of nothing, dude. There really is. Oh, guess what? Actually, you might like this, though. AEW has signed Hechiseto to a contract, and apparently he's got a dual contract with both CMLL and AEW. Whatever that means, I'm actually happy if we see more on AEW television.
Yeah, it is, but there's no... I mean, we'll talk about him, too, later. RBV says, it's funny, in the NFL, the football isn't good, and McDonald's, the food is worse than ever, and WWE, the wrestling flat out sucks, yet all reporting record financial numbers. Well, I explained that years ago, right? Does anybody, before I say it, does anybody in the chat know what my what my line is. I expect maybe Liz probably knows what I'm about to say. Lab Rat might know what I'm about to say. What do I say when we talk about record financials? But while we wait for them to tell me my line, yeah. So that with CMLL, it's weird that these guys are getting the dual contracts, but I don't feel like the CMLL guys are stars.
Well, that's true.
Even if they are, I don't feel like AEW inside of AEW. And I also don't know why you would wait until you had a Mexico show to even start treating them like not second-class citizens or just filler matches for your collision stuff.
That's true. I mean, I don't know, it's weird. I mean, did they even need to? Like I said, I don't know how this dual even contract thing that you said all works, and I don't know if that applies to others.
Well, you see, he has one, and then he has another one.
I know, but it just sounds a bit complicated to me, if you know what I'm saying. Like, that could cause a few issues. Because according to Tony Khan, he's brothers with the owner of CMLL, and he did have some interesting things to say where he did an interview earlier in the week about WWE kind of hot dogging him, if you know what I mean, during their time with AAA, because allegedly there were WWE rats in the building while AEW was working with AAA. And apparently those rats were FTR reporting back to Tony Khan, explaining that there's all these WWE people around here and something weird going on. And it seemed like WWE actually sabotaged their working arrangement pretty much. But obviously they'll probably discussing about buying them out and whatnot. But I find that pretty interesting that he would say that, though.
Well, nothing surprising. But
yeah, it's weird, man. It's truly weird. Truly weird. But anyway, continuing with the news.
Nobody guessed. So anyways, but you'll know when you hear it. The price of a Hot Pocket is more than it's ever been too. They didn't change the recipe. It's just
more expensive.
If you raise the price of everything higher than it's ever been, you're going to have bigger numbers than you ever had. How do you think the WWE can pull off all these $1 million gates in these small buildings that they sell out? You know, when they would go to France to sell like a 10,000 seater, but somehow pull in like $1 million something gate. It's because the prices are higher. It's not like if you adjust that for inflation or whatever, they're not making the same amount of money. So
no, you're right.
If you raise the price, you get the higher total, but nobody is people are probably making the same or less than they ever did.
You're right. And that reminds me now that you brought that up, because I remember reading an article sometime this week. Now, until I see that article again, I can't sort of say it verbatim, but apparently, did you hear about WWE changing their payment system in terms of when you get released? Like, you know how the system was, if a wrestler got released, they get paid every month from their contract till the end, if you know what I mean, something like that. Like, so it's a month payment and it banks up by the time they get released. Does that make sense? I forgot what it's called, man. I need to find that article. But anyway, they went from 1 month of payment to now 2 weeks. So they've cut it down to make more money. And this is what's weird. If WWE's making such record numbers and whatnot, why are they absolutely cutting everywhere? Are they that greedy? Do they really want to make that much more money? Their severance packages. Thank you, Liz. That's what it was.
So, because, I mean, when you make acquisitions, you try to recoup the cost because you're not going to get it from the revenue stream. Like, no matter, again, talking about the financials that WWE is pulling in, right? They haven't, the money that WWE's pulled in is not paying for what TKO acquired them for.
Right.
See what I mean?
Right.
So,
right.
like, if you're not going to get the return on investment through your revenue, then you're going to get it by cutting out expenses.
Well, apparently the WWE faithful in WWE, I'm talking about the wrestlers, are not happy, according to reports. And they're even more, apparently the morale in the backstage in WWE is at its lowest point, allegedly. I don't know how true that is. That's just what the reports say, because of the severance package getting, cut down from a month to 2 weeks. And, that sucks, dude, for actually the wrestlers. I mean, it's even worse for them, dude.
Well, don't get cut, I guess.
Yeah, well,
like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's hard for me to sort of reconcile having sympathy for these people making a little bit less money than they otherwise would have.
Right.
When I'm sitting here having to explain this stuff that even they don't understand while they're making millions of dollars.
I know, right? It's not like they're friggin' poor. But
I'm making tens of dollars talking to you guys about people that are making millions. And they're a little bit unhappy and their morale is low, that their millions is like slightly less.
Yeah, well, apparently. Well, anyway, look, it is what it is. I don't know what's going on, but like I said, the morale is apparently lower than ever for whatever reason. But like you're right. Now
it can't be lower than ever, because that's the thing. Like when, they weren't even making this kind of money 10 years ago. So you can't tell, and everybody was getting ribbed and buried. So you can't tell me that they were happier in 2015. You can't tell me that.
Yeah, I agree.
But maybe they mean it's the lowest it's been since the changeover or the buyout.
Oh yeah, since Vince owned the company, it is. Vince was at a month, TKO was at 2 weeks. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens there in the future. Anyway, but what do you think of Pat McAfee actually, Vet? Do you think he's done pretty much now with WWE? Because I've got a feeling, and me and RBV, go check out the Smack Attack, the video game extravaganza. But when we were breaking down SmackDown, we were saying about, isn't it funny about the last segment? Did you see the Cody Cena segment by any chance?
Yeah.
At the end of SmackDown?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that in itself could have been a rib to McAfee with what was said? Because you know what? When you listen to the promo, we've seen, especially Cena, what he was saying, it kind of feels like it is a rib towards Pat McAfee.
I could see that. I would even bet on it.
Right. Absolutely.
Even, they have plausible deniability, but
yeah.
it could be. But that's the funny thing.
That way.
The funny thing about wrestlers is they're so, I don't want to say wrestlers, but like in these, like WWE especially, no matter who's in charge of it, it's like they want to have, they beg. They will beg and scratch and claw to get D and C list celebrities to show up and put them over. But they love to talk about how hard their job is, like how hard it is to be a wrestler. And you don't know what we go through. And they love to put themselves over for all how awesome they are as wrestlers, right? And everybody can't just, and this guy comes in, Pat McAfee's done his own thing. He had his own NFL career. He has his own broadcasting career. He loves wrestling and wants to be a part of it, and then they let him in, and he can basically kind of just do it. And now they want to he's burning the candle at both ends, and basically his WWE job is a favor to them because he doesn't need them financially.
It's true.
And what is it really doing for? Is it doing anything for WWE to have Pat McAfee on? Does it give them credibility? And if it does give them credibility, are they just shooting themselves in the foot with lame ass shit like that car crash angle on SmackDown? And
oh God,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like is that taking away the credibility that Pat McAfee brings? Does anybody who likes Pat McAfee only watch WWE because he's an announcer on there? Or would they just be not a fan of wrestling like they've always been and don't care? Just because you're a fan of somebody doesn't mean you have to mark out for every single thing that they're involved in, every project. Just because you like watching Gordon Ramsay on Hell's Kitchen sometimes doesn't mean you have to try all of his frozen meals at the supermarket. Like, it's
a great point.
This whole thing is asinine. So if Pat McAfee is saying like it's hard for him to keep up the schedule that he is, and then they want to shame him for that, okay, well that's up to you. But I definitely think that, and I also feel like it's kind of funny because then they sort of have to come crawling back to Corey Graves, right? Who's not famous enough to be on Netflix, but guess who's on Netflix now? So you all look like assholes for how you treated him, who's been there since day one or whatever.
And in the trenches too, man. He's been, he's always doing the hard yards for them, man, whenever they need him.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody's got their side of the story. It's like, I don't mind Pat McAfee. I like him as a broadcaster or whatever. He's trying to have fun. He's trying to be a little something different that we don't normally get. He gets a little hype sometimes and gets a little ridiculous. It doesn't bother me. Like, what he does doesn't bother me. So I don't have a problem with it. And if he's saying like, he's saying he's exhausted, like, I can understand. I understand how some people could take that as like, oh, poor me. But at the same time, very few people are in the position he's in. So I don't know if that's somebody's idea of a rib on him. Good job, I guess.
I just feel like it's got to be, man. It's too, like, Cena's words now, the more I hear it, the more it seems like a shot at Pat McAfee. It is sad. Look, we could be wrong, but WWE have done this in the past, man. This is their little game that they do all the time. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Look, I don't know if we're going to see him back or not. It does feel like he's not interested in coming back. I'm not going to lie. The way he's talking, he's just like, I can't handle it. I just can't do it. Now, I don't know if there was any heat between WWE and Pat McAfee already, and we just don't know about it. Like, something's going on and we just don't know. That could be the case also. But I just feel like he's just not coming back, man. And it just seems abrupt. I mean, even Michael Cole's not even mentioning him. And you know how highly he feels about him.
Who, Michael Cole?
Yeah, because he loves McAfee. Absolutely adores him.
Oh,
dude.
now, even though he was the guy that told him he can't wear shorts or whatever at WrestleMania that time. Yeah. So fuck Michael Cole, whatever.
I know,
fuck this whole stupid thing. Fuck everybody in the WWE. We're not even, this is an AEW show anyway. What else is
fuck him. Well, one more thing. You make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. One other thing. AJ Styles to appear at Slammiversary. I'm kind of excited for that. And since you and Brandon are the TNA guys, I mean, tell me that's not a bit exciting for you at least, because I know you love TNA wrestling.
Oh, I love it.
But at least, yeah. But at least this brings somewhat excitement, right? I mean, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it.
Well, it doesn't hurt anything.
Well, yeah.
Unless we see what they end up doing. Because
dude,
don't think that they can't drop the ball. TNA is great at fumbling the ball.
Well, you know what? Apparently the plan is to
they
have
fumbled
Trick
more.
Williams.
They've definitely fumbled more professional times than Pat McAfee. That's for sure.
I'm sure they have, man. But apparently what they want to do is Trick Williams against AJ Styles. Let's have a WWE match in TNA wrestling. If they go ahead with that, that is just weak, dude. Like, if they do that, it's a slap to TNA, in my opinion. If that's the only thing they do.
Not on Slammiversary, though, right?
No. I think they're just going to announce him on Slammiversary. He'll make his
Bound
appearance.
for Glory, maybe, would be a big,
big
show
like
to do that on.
If he wins the TNA World Championship, then cool. That will be a thing, right? That will look absolutely great. But something tells me, would he really want to have a TNA World title run? I think he really doesn't want to. Going by some interviews, he's like, cool, I'll do it, but he really doesn't want to go backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, of course not. But it's fine to make an appearance, but it's like when you know when when Punk was there and Scott D'Amore made him an offer like, hey man, we'll bring you in or whatever. And it's like, he ain't going there, bro. Like, you don't go from stadiums and shit like that to and being a millionaire to wrestling in these fucking
Yeah,
basements.
no way, no way.
And
Hear him
AJ
out,
Styles
but-
wouldn't do that either. It's cool to do an appearance. He does not care about being the TNA champion. That's 100% a fact.
He says it pretty
nor
much.
would
Man.
nor would he, even in a kayfabe sense. Like, why would the character AJ Styles care about being the TNA champion?
100% agree. 100%. Insane. He'd go to
Yeah.
NWA World side.
Yeah, but yeah, so like, if they want to run an angle or do something like that, I guess we'll see. That's tonight, right? So I guess we'll see what happens. But
I might actually watch it this time. I'm actually curious.
I don't have a lot of high hopes for it.
I don't blame you, man, either. Like,
I would tell everybody that's an AJ Styles fan, keep your expectations low.
get ready to fly away, if you know what I mean. If they play that song, and that's another thing he's mentioned, I don't want that song. Do not play it if he makes an appearance in TNA. But if they rib him and fucking play it, oh my God, man. Because he's made that statement on numerous occasions. Anyway, Vet, that's really all the newsworthy news, if you want to call it newsworthy. I mean, Kurt Angle is joining apparently Real American Freestyle Wrestling as an announcer.
Oh, thank God.
Right, and then one other thing, actually, that reminds me, because of Hogan. Now, we heard the rumors, and this is the last bit of news until we start sifting, but we've heard all the rumors about Hogan apparently being pretty bad, in bad shape, right? And then it was all bullshit, and then all this shit has come up again. There's a wrestling podcast that I've listened to. They're pretty credible. I forgot what they're called, though, man. But they're like old-timers, and they're the only ones really talking about it through their sources. But apparently Hogan is in a bad way. Like, even right now, but they're just not coming out with it publicly for whatever reason. And apparently he's got real bad heart issues, and he had open heart surgery. Surprise, surprise. I mean, don't they all at this point? But the fact that we're not seeing him around or not hearing anything, and not even Bischoff is saying anything, say what you want about Hogan being a piece of shit and whatnot, I'm actually concerned for him. Because if he is in bad shape, I mean, Jesus, that will be a thing, man. Like, if he doesn't make it, I mean, that'll be a big deal, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know. There were those rumors, you know, the deathbed rumors that started out that people had to say, no, he's not. But it's like, well, you know, now we're just conditioned to not believe anything. So we don't believe if he's on his deathbed. We don't believe if he's okay. We don't know what to believe because we don't know who to trust. So
yeah, I know, it's weird.
I don't know, man. Yes, of course, looking ahead, it's going to be, you know, once the day finally comes, you know, it's going to be a sad day. A lot of people are going to be paying their respects and everything like that. We're not there yet, so we don't have to. But it is like, because the Real American Freestyle thing, you know, really needs him as far as the promotion and stuff goes to get interest. The fact that if he's not around being able to make appearances and stuff like that is probably, he definitely would be if he could, I'm sure. So there probably is some fire with that smoke, but
there's something odd going on, that's for sure.
Yeah, hopefully he'll just get better soon.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens there. Well, Vet, after all this crazy per se news, because really, let's be real, Vet, the news has been pretty non-existent for the last month and a half, it feels like at this point. I guess it's time we start sifting through, because there's quite a bit of sifting once again to do, unfortunately, especially on my end anyway.
Yeah, a lot of sifting. All right, well, let's pull this up here.
Lab rat. Get our super gloves on for the wreckage. Everybody, get your gloves on. Everybody, because you're gonna need it. Preferably heavy duty gloves too, if you got any.
Coal miners' gloves.
Yeah, perfect. Coal miners' gloves, absolutely, 100%. Highly recommended by this very show, The Wreckage.
Well, it's Dynamite, so it's Wednesday. You know what that means. We had the big All In show, and this is your follow-up. So we follow up with kind of how we ended it with Hang Person. Shivani introduces Hang Person. He comes out. The crowd chants, "You deserve it." Which of course, like, again, like to go back to what I'm talking about this whole business just being completely fucked. Like the fact that people chant, "You deserve it," right? Like, if you think about it, that doesn't make sense in the context of anything else other than wrestling is fake. Because what do you mean deserve? He won the match.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. He earned it.
Like, why does he deserve? Yes, he deserves the belt because he won the match. Did the Super Bowl champions deserve the Lombardi trophy because?
Why? Are they good people? Is that why?
Yeah. So instead of saying, thank you, Adam, or thank you, Hangman, or something, there's "you deserve it," right? So anyway, he says, no, guys, you deserve it. Yay!
We deserve it. Like fucking idiot. Anyway,
we deserve it. Then he gives his long list of thank yous to everybody that helped him get here. It's like an Oscar acceptance speech. I was waiting for somebody to play the music and get him off, like wrap it up.
That would have been awesome. But I have a big problem with his promo though, Vet, and I'll tell you why. He thanks Swerve? Really?
Last of all.
Really though? Then we get this straight, Vet. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe my memory is a bit shot or something. Maybe CTE is really taken over. But I could have sworn these guys were drinking each other's bloods. One was burning the house down. One was like breaking and entering and, threatening to kidnap a child while the wife was sleeping. And now you're going to thank that very dude that was doing that to you? I mean...
Well, they talked all about it on the previous collisions. So.
Yeah, I know, but even that, it's bullshit. Let's be real. If this was real life, all right, then just say you and I absolutely hated each other, in real life, not as wrestlers, just in real life. And, we did all that shit to each other, right? And then you achieved something special, and apparently I helped you achieve that somehow. You're going to thank me after all that? After I was about to take your child? And, like, come on, dude.
No, I'm sure he knew Swerve was not going to kidnap his child. He just gave him a T-shirt. He gave his child a gift. And if you really look at it, he's going to grow into that shirt one day, and he'll probably be a Swerve fan.
Well, like Labrad says, don't all friends do this to each other? Makes the bond stronger. Right, absolutely. Yeah,
it's just extreme levels of ball busting, right?
Extreme levels of ball busting, absolutely. Yeah. But that doesn't sit well with me, though, Vet. It just doesn't make sense, like, to me.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just going to pretend that never happened now, I guess, right? Wait till they become a tag team, actually.
Yeah. I mean, they probably, maybe.
And they're going to call us.
And people are going to be like, wow, the storytelling, They really developed their characters, Mm-hmm.
It is long-term.
It is long-term storytelling, like it or not. It is long-term. Just because we don't really enjoy it as much, a lot of people are. So at least they tried. So anyway, yeah. So he gives his long list of thank yous, and like you said, Swerve gets saved for the very end. And Hangman says, he acknowledges himself crying, and he says, yes, I cry, but I'm the champion of the fucking world.
And he had to drop the F-bomb because he's cool, bro.
Yep.
He's so cool. And what's funny? I get it on ESPN, right? AEW here, is shown live on ESPN. And even ESPN here didn't actually bleep out the F-bomb, which surprised me because it's ESPN. It's different if it was on TBS, obviously, or TNT, but the fact that we got it on ESPN and they didn't bleep it out, like, that really surprised me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Absolutely. King of the Butterflies, lab rat, indeed.
That's right. Well, I mean, we've all made our feelings clear about Hank Person. It's probably not going to change anytime soon.
That perm and that look and him becoming more of a cowboy every week, or thinking he is, with the friggin' tassels on his jacket and whatnot. Please.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. It doesn't matter what he does. He could get a good haircut. He could wear cool pants. I'm not going to like him. It's just not going to happen. He is who he is. You could dress it up however you want or not. Just how it is. But luckily, his success is not dependent on me liking him. So we get some All In highlights, and then the Bucks arrive, and they look ashamed because they had to Uber in or something. I think the announcers were making fun of them.
That looked even worse than Uber. That looked like. Do you have Didi over there by any chance?
No, we got Uber and Lyft, and I don't know what else. Right.
There's a thing called Didi here, right? And when you compare it to Uber, like, they've got like piece of shit cars, right? You know what I mean? And that's what I felt like this was, like, you know, the equivalent of that. This made me chuckle a little bit, only because of how ridiculous this is. We all know they're still EVPs, right? But the fact that they're not EVPs, like, and all that, is just so dumb. But whatever. It gets funnier later on.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that in a bad way.
Yes. Well, before we get to anything else, we get Kyle Fletcher, the protostar, versus Máscara Dorada, the luchador.
Yeah, why? Why is this happening?
I think you know why, Jimmy. If I give you this motion right here.
Yeah. That good old win that he needs, apparently.
The strong win.
The good old strong win. But what I want to know is, what's growing on the side of his head, man? I've seen this 2 weeks in a row now, and it hasn't been getting any smaller. It's actually pretty big. Have you noticed that on Fletcher's head?
Fletcher? No,
yeah.
What do you think it is?
I don't know, man. It looks like a big cyst, that's for sure. But it's not going down. I don't know if he's checked that out yet or not, but he should. Pretty big, dude. It's very big. 2 weeks in a row I've noticed it. I didn't mention it last week because I didn't think anything really of it. But now that I saw it again, I don't know, man. Like I said, go get that checked out, dude.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys know what Jimmy's talking about, then
fleshy gross, Zane says.
Let us know. Yeah, that's gross. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Yeah.
Funny enough, ironically, he wins with the brain buster, so maybe now Dorada's gonna have a fleshy growth on his head from the brain buster. But no follow up here, right? No angle, no promo, no nothing.
I didn't even know why this was happening.
Yeah, nobody did, but that will be even more puzzling later on. So we'll put a pin in this. Put a pin in this, and we'll come back. So Renee sees the Young Bucks, and she is mockingly asking them, "How does it feel now that you're no longer EVPs?" Like, hey, I'm so smug, and I'm like, "Bitch, wasn't your husband like in league with these guys this whole time? Why are you talking shit?"
Bad.
That whole thing just never made sense, but we don't talk about it here because it's an ongoing thing every week. There's no point in bringing it up, but the whole idea of just her just still working around here, and they barely reference it. They only really even came close to referencing it within the past couple of weeks when, you know, Hangman would say stuff like, I'm not going to talk about it with you or whatever. Like,
right, and they do it sort of tongue in cheek, like they're smart, like the way they do it, but really it's not that smart. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what makes me roll my eyes, like you just did. And it's just so like, relax, guys. We get it. We know. Don't worry. You know what I mean? But yeah. So Marina walks by and like, or they walk by Marina, or they pass each other, and Marina just completely no sells them, like, you don't exist. And then Ricochet and the Gates walk by, and he's like, ha. And they lost their locker room, like somebody's taking their names off the door. Like, well,
this is another building, so why are their names on the door in the first place if you were just going to take it off? It's not like this is their headquartered office. This is the kind of dumb shit that nobody thinks about when they're trying to be cute. You know, like they think they're smart, they think they're clever, they think they're funny. It's like,
but it comes across as so dumb, though. That's the problem.
Right. But that's okay, because the one person that doesn't hate him is Don Callis. And Don Callis is going to say there's always a spot in the family for you. He's going to give him a hug, you know? So it's not all over for the Bucks yet.
Apparently not. It's not. And we'll get to them soon again.
All right. So we get a promo from the Hurt Syndicate, and this was during All In still, supposedly. And MVP is begging for challengers that can take these tag team titles away from him. Please, somebody step up.
Well,
and then MJF is like, I have this contract that guarantees me a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, but I don't even need this to beat you, Hangman. I can do it without this contract, and I just use this as an insurance policy.
Absolutely. Well, he should. And he's done a full-on Ric Flair promo, like from back in the 80s, pretty much the way he ended it. If you remember, you know, when he done the full screaming.
Yeah.
It was just exactly Ric Flair-esque.
That's why my suit costs $2,000. And yours costs $200. And I don't know what that costs because I'd be ashamed to wear it.
It was the same cadence, exactly. He literally channeled Ric Flair.
Well, next is I hesitate to say an all-star 8-man, but it is an 8-man. It's an 8-man, and it's got Hechicero, the newly signed, or maybe he wasn't signed at this point. I don't know when that news came out, but he's here.
Well, yeah.
And he's teaming with Josh Alexander, and they are teaming with the Young Bucks now because obviously Don Callis gave him a hug, so they're here to team with the family. But their entrance is stripped down, like they took the video away, so it kind of looks like Orange Cassidy's entrance. It's like insert video here. No more music for you guys. Just get out there and shut up. Again, like, it's funny as long as you don't think about it for 2 seconds, and then
it's corny as hell, man. It's just so dumb.
So then they're gonna take on the Mask Bros and Jet Speed. So here you go.
You know what? I paid attention to this match for some weird reason, and I'll say this: I actually liked the finish because of who actually got the 1, 2, 3. Just for that reason. Because, surprise, surprise, he must have signed that day because Hechicero gets the pin and the 1, 2, 3.
Maybe they gave him a contract because he finally won a match.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why he won. Because really the fact that he was the one that got the 1, 2, 3, that's pretty surprising considering you got the Bucks there too. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, they did help. Because right before he did the thing, they did some double super kick thing, and it was Bandito though. Bandito fell into this submission, and he was already out.
Yeah.
Well, no, he was out. The referee called it because the Bucks knocked him out into a submission, so he wasn't even awake to. He wasn't awake to tap out.
Wasn't Hechicero sort of? He had him almost sort of in a chicken wing, but sort of tossed him in the air, and they did a super kick into his body. That looked pretty hard too, man. And I guess I've knocked him out, knocked the wind out of him. Yep.
And so not only did Hechicero get a win, he beat the Ring of Honor champion, Bandito.
If that's not a strong win, Vet, I don't know what is, bro.
It's quite strong. I think he's definitely got a claim to that title.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. That'll be cool.
Oh, yeah, me too. I mean, I can sound facetious and everything, but I do like Hechicero.
You do.
Nothing against him. I definitely want it. Give him all the belts. I don't care. Turn him into 8 belts, Hechicero.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I like him, but what's with the blue these days? I don't like the blue. Keep it black, you know what I mean, and red, sort of, not blue.
You're right. It doesn't really.
That's not very Hechicero, you know?
No. Not really.
Hey, can I say one more thing before we move on?
Yeah.
Why is Josh Alexander here in this company? He's so useless.
He's got nothing to do.
Nothing to do, bro.
And if he went to NXT or WWE, he would have been the same spot. They don't know what to do with this guy. There's nothing to do with this guy.
Is he bad though in your eyes? Look, I've seen a lot of Josh
No.
Alexander, but not like you have. You've seen obviously a lot of Josh Alexander. Is everyone just wasting their time with him, or is he a lot better than these companies seem to like show us?
He's better than what they show you, but he still has a ceiling.
Okay.
Like, I think he reached the ceiling at TNA because they made him the guy.
Right, I knew that, right.
Like all the guys that they made the guy, they fumbled it.
Right.
And it was very uninteresting and unmemorable. And then right before when he announced that he was leaving, they kind of made him heel around that time. And as a heel with his promos, he was becoming interesting, and then he's out of the company. So, like, right when you're getting interesting, you're gone, and now you show up here and you've done nothing. Not your fault,
bro. Yeah, that's not his fault.
But there's only so much he can do when it's his time to shine, and they haven't even given him that. So it's going to be tough for a bald white guy with a beard to make it in the wrestling business, Jimmy.
Canadian, no less.
Yeah. The only thing he's got is that amateur headgear. Like,
Again,
that's his piece of flair. That's his charisma. That's his standout look. Although,
can he talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like, he's not going to turn into Ric Flair. He's not going to turn into MJF. He's not going to do those type of promos, but yeah, he could do it. It's just, what are they going to, like, what are they, I don't know. You know what? Let's just move on from him.
Well, Liz thinks he's boring as AF.
Liz is definitely not a fan. I'm trying to be fair. Like, this is me calling it down the middle. If you ask me to take or leave Josh Alexander in the entire wrestling business, like if that's basically what you're asking me, I say leave it.
Wow.
I don't need him, but I'm trying to be fair. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lie to you.
Actually,
I'm not going to come on here like other famous podcasters and just lie about what I'm seeing. Just because I don't find Josh Alexander entertaining, I'm not going to say he absolutely sucks and he has no worth. I'm just telling you, it's like a flat 6.5 across all the,
He's just
can he wrestle? Yeah, sure. So can everybody. Can he talk?
Right.
Yes, to whatever degree he needs to talk. Is he got a look? Kind of. Like, it's like everything's like a little bit above average. It's
He's literally like in the middle. Like, if he had stats, like, it'd be right in in the middle, pretty much.
Yeah, not
like,
bad.
Right. He's not bad. He's not great. He's just a good hand, I guess.
Good little hand.
Right.
Now, on the other hand, here comes Cope. They're still going with Cope.
They're still giving us hope for Cope, Vet.
Yeah, the name even. They're not Adam Copeland. They're just
I'd rather stick with Adam
Cope.
Copeland. Yeah, I don't like it, dude. It's just
right. So he basically says, he comes out and he does this promo, and I'm just like, oh God. And then he basically says, I didn't come out to save Christian. I came out to get my hands on FTR. Like, lies. I'm here to end FTR.
Lies. He's lying straight off the bat, dude. Is he not? He did come out to save Christian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did do his full entrance, so he wasn't too concerned. So at least there's some proof there, some reasonable doubt.
Yeah, but keep in mind, he actually has done this in the past to save actual friends before too. Mm-hmm. So I'm just
that's
saying,
true.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's more. Let's say he's at least more concerned with ending FTR, I guess.
Allegedly.
But here comes Big Stoke, and he says, if you touch FTR, you're fired. I'm skipping over a lot. He tried to lead up to that, but I'm just getting to the point.
And obviously, you know where we're going, because he didn't mention himself.
Yep.
And I'm skipping ahead again.
Yeah. They didn't say anything about you and Spear. Even though Stokely had enough time to get away,
I know that annoyed me because D was saying
because there was security there, and didn't he have to
right.
like beat up the security first?
Yeah, but see, he was waiting for security. If you noticed, there was another 2 security guards outside of the ring. So as he's in the corner, he's facing those 2 security, waiting for them to jump in, and then they just ran away. Literally, they ran away, and that's when he's like, "Oh shit, I'm fucked." And then
whoever set this up, you're fired.
He's an idiot. Yeah,
yeah, you're fired just as if you attacked FTR.
Oh, brilliant.
So that happened. Mark Briscoe does a promo. Of course,
like this.
I'm going to give it 10 out of 10.
I love this, yeah.
I don't remember what he said other than MJF isn't safe. It's not over.
He conjured his brother, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. He pretty much conjured his brother and kind of, I don't want to say like he was turning, like he's basically saying he's going to bring Jay Briscoe to the party this time against MJF. And he started it off, he didn't say it in those words, but that's what he's alluding to, you know what I mean? And he also brought up about being a bitch is a bitch, some bitch thing at the start. I can't remember word for word, but it was along those lines.
Just trust us, it was excellent.
It was
Obviously,
good.
even if I didn't watch the show and I was just looking at a list of results and it said Mark Briscoe was on, I'll just give that 10 out of 10 without, I don't need to see it or hear it.
No, it was
Just
actually,
move on, 10 out of 10.
I'm not actually saying that because I like Briscoe. This was actually very well done, in my opinion. Liz asked, and I don't even recall, but did Cope actually get pyro? I don't remember.
I think he did. I think he got a little
yeah, he probably did.
It's in his
too.
contract, I'm sure.
That's true.
Did you actually go back and did you ever watch that one promo he did, the Collision one, before All In, the serious one?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Last week I went back on it. Even though what I told you, RBV recommended it to me beforehand anyway, so I did check it out. That was
okay.
That was one of the best freaking promos, man, compared to the Dynamite one, like we're arguing about. Why wasn't that one at Dynamite? You know what I mean, too? But anyway.
I don't know. But he's showing that he can still, that's the thing about Mark, he can go back and forth over the line, whatever he needs to.
Yeah, he's a lot. I think people don't realize how versatile he actually truly is, man.
They don't. Nobody knows. This man is a Swiss Army knife of wrestling.
He really is, man, because he can be a total comedian and he can sift to a dark sort of, like real bad place. And I say that in a good way, where he's dead serious, you know what I mean? No, there's no more laughing or fucking around in any sort of way. He's going to like hurt you know what I mean? And that's what I love about him, dude. He's just so versatile. And people don't give him enough credit for it. You know what I mean?
No. But, it's better, it's just too bad that there's not enough opportunities, even though he's on every show doing something.
He really is.
But it's like you have to sit through the show to get to it, and it doesn't always end up mattering, and, it's unfortunate, but
they're trying something, right? I'm hoping we do get a serious angle between him and MJF, but it feels like MJF is not even acknowledging him anymore, really.
That works for MJF because now that he's got the title match and everything else, then he would be overlooking this.
Right, for sure.
His character,
and it makes sense with his character, right? Exactly.
And Professor said Colt Cabana produced the Cope segment. Yes.
Oh, well,
that's probably why it's
We'll get to that, but is he?
Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him.
All right,
we'll talk.
okay.
We'll talk about him. But first, we have a fatal 4-way match. It is apparently also newly signed to a contract, Thekla.
Right. I didn't know.
Queen Aminata, because you can't have Thekla without the Queen right now.
Of course.
And then you have Statlander and Willow. So you got a couple of feuds here and one 4-way match.
Haven't we seen this match?
Yeah, probably. So, Dark Sky.
Yes.
Dark Sky.
She does the old jump up, and that allows Dark Julia to Dark Seth Rollins? What?
Yeah, that's what. It's funny.
Dark Julia mists Queen Aminata. You spit the mist in her face,
I wonder what mist that is.
And funny enough that you went with the Seth Rollins laugh because Thekla hits a curb stomp and gets $100,000.
Why was this about it? Well, but see, this is another thing I'm confused about. Why was this for $100,000 though? Like, why?
Because they used to have matches for things like $10,000 and $100,000. Yeah,
I get that.
And Tony watched those shows and he remembers, Jimmy, so he's bringing it back.
But give me some, like, this is why we need a figurehead, I feel like, in this show. Because to make it somewhat make sense, even if it's random, at least there's someone to announce it, like right there and there, if you know what I mean, in the middle of the ring. But without any of that, it just feels like, am I supposed to care about this match even more now because there's a random $100,000 up for grabs?
Well, maybe, but it's better than nothing. Because if there was nothing, then people would say, why is this match happening at all? And they're only 2 or 3% more interested.
Well, yeah, like Lee says, Nopez and Labra says so they can have a match. I bet you that's the logic, though. Just for that reason, that's why we're putting this match together, because for $100,000. Did any of these women get paid $100,000 a year? Let's be honest, dude.
Maybe.
I highly doubt it.
Maybe.
Straight up. Yeah, maybe.
Here's a woman that got paid $100,000 a year. Toni Storm.
Oh, definitely.
The timeless one.
Timeless
She comes out. The tramp is still the champ.
She's funny. She was funny, yeah. I know I've shot on her here and there with the character, but I'm starting to dig it again a little bit. I'm not going to lie. She's starting to win me back again.
Okay. Well, at least now they're doing something interesting, like
right.
When they do when they go to black and white, but some things are red.
Yeah.
Ooh, technology.
But I feel like she's putting
Sin
more
City.
effort now, like into the character. Like we're seeing more depth in this character than we used to, I feel like. But she's shown away, though, from those little movie vignettes, though. We need to see a few of those again, in my opinion, where it's sort of, where they sort of, it tells the story of why she's in a feud with such and such. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure they will once she settles on one, because they're just starting to build one here.
Right.
And that is because Athena appears on the video screen.
That was great. This was great, man. I enjoyed this segment. I guess Athena's a full-blown heel in this now, I guess.
Always has been.
All right, well, I haven't seen her in Ring of Honor, so I have no idea.
Right. Yes, she hasn't been a baby face for 1 second.
Really?
So she's on video and she says whatever she says. I don't remember because it was back on Wednesday, but
she was giving shit to the crowd, just typical, getting hate basically.
But I guess she was talking about, she said your demise and your murderer are here, referring to herself. So she's going to kill Toni Storm.
I'm
and Billy
intrigued by
Starks
this
was also
match,
there.
bro. Yeah, but you wouldn't have noticed.
You didn't notice their little hair buns? No.
I mean, like, I know she was there, but it's like she wasn't there anyway. But I so hope Athena wins the World Championship, man. I really do, bro, because I think she would have a nice run in AEW, like actually in AEW as the Women's World Champion. If they don't do her, like, wrong, that is, which always worries me also, so we'll see. But these three favorite women, they're TK's girls. If there was a Charlie's Angels and we call them Tony's Angels, it's Athena, Toni, and Money. They're the true three Tony's Angels. Unfortunately, there's not 4 yet, but we'll see in the future.
Let's see. Well, we're going to Nick Wayne and the Wayne family. We went from a patriarch to a matriarch. So Mama Wayne's there.
We've gone from male to female boss, pretty much, of the family.
And yep, and Nick says he's the new face
of what?
AEW or TBS or TNT or whatever.
The new face. I thought, you know what? I thought he looked familiar, though. He looks kind of familiar, but he's new, though, according to him. So, yeah, the new face of AEW, Nick Wayne. You know what? Do we need? We should give the kid a little bit of credit. You know, keep in mind he is young, and he does understand some fundamentals that others actually don't for his age. Let's give him that. I mean, let's be honest. But he's just got a smug face. But then again, he's meant to look smug. He is a heel, and it's meant to get to you. Do you think he will be a lot more of a bigger deal in the future if, you know, if things go right for him?
Possibly.
Yeah, it is possible.
I mean, he basically grew up in a ring, so that's not going to be the problem.
That's true, right?
He's going to need somebody to have some great booking ideas, I think.
That's what worries me for him, but like, you know,
well, if he's going to be the face of this place.
I know I'm going to say this is going to get me a lot of heat, but you know, he can potentially be the next Shawn Michaels-esque type of guy if he gets all those characteristics, that is, in terms of charisma and just, you know, I think he'll get the in-ring work down pat, you know, in years to come. But if he gets everything else right, I really truly see he could possibly become the next kind of Shawn Michaels, if you understand where I'm coming from with that.
Oh, we'll see. Don Callis introduces Okada, who's now the unified champion. This is where we hear the new lame theme song. Or at least I think it's lame, and apparently you think it's lame. And J12 thinks it's lame. Does anybody not think it's lame?
How do you do that to him, man? First of all, he's a Japanese guy, right? That type of song just doesn't go for like a Japanese wrestler for me.
And furthermore, now that I think about it, because I may have skipped it, but did he even get like the money reign at All In?
Yeah, he did. Okay. At first. It started like normal. Yeah, like you hear the coin.
No, I'm talking about the actual paper money.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't recall.
So we had an entire boat for the Young Bucks, but we couldn't get the paper money for Okada's Rainmaker.
I think only on other than the pay-per-view, was he getting it even before that? Lately?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I didn't see it. I don't recall it.
Whatever. So anyway, he comes out and he's like, "Hey, Swerve, you hurt my friends, the Young Bucks, you bitch."
Ooh.
And then here comes Swerve immediately. Like, immediately.
It's on now.
He said, "Yeah, I did that. What are you going to do about it, bitch?" And apparently what he's going to do is he's going to listen to Don and leave and not get into a fight right now. So
Swerve is so getting humbled. I hope he better get humbled. I'm telling you, if Okada loses that match when they eventually have that match, I'll be pissed.
Well, we got the main event of this night. It's going to be the Dick Riders versus Briscoe, Hobbs, and Adam Page.
What a match. What a match.
So after all that, okay, so like, yeah, a barn burner of a match, and you know all the bad blood between, like, I mean, come on, this guy took the belt from Jon Moxley. They hate each other. They've gone to war, forks, tables, glass, everything. Cry me a river. People coming down from mountains. Daniel Bryan's. Like, everybody's just like, they've gone through everything. And the finish of this match is Page scoops Claudio's legs and flips over for a jackknife pin. 1, 2, 3.
Because
he got a quick one on Claudio. He got a quick one on him.
He got a quick one. No.
Technical wrestling, everybody. Technical wrestling.
But who do we see in the rafters after that? It's Sting. I mean, sorry, Darby. Yeah. Just staring. How
he's back up on the mountain?
Up? Yes, right on his, not the perch, on the mountain, literally looking down from Mount Everest.
Well, you got to remember, it was like, so he got the pin, Hangman did.
Right.
Got the pin, but because it's just a pin, that means that the Death Riders are free to use the heat back, which is a very deadly maneuver. And so they use the heat back, they cash in their heat back briefcase, and they're beating the shit out of all our heroes. And then they show Darby up in the
just standing there.
Just standing up there, right? He's up there, got a spotlight on him so everybody can see, hey, look, it's Darby.
At Mount Everest.
At Mount Everest.
Yeah.
And then that caused the baby faces to take their chance and get back over. So they kick the shit out of the Death Riders and run them off.
Don't you know
so no heat.
Powers?
No heat.
No. It's cold. That's why there's no heat. You know what I mean? It's Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
You can't get heat. You can't.
A
get
chill
heat
came down from the mountain. Winter is coming.
Actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is good. That's a good way to end it. Winter is definitely coming, and it came right there on Dynamite at the end. No heat whatsoever. It was very chilly. Extremely chilly. And you know what sucks, man, for Darby? Why weren't they telling a story about, his climb from Mount Everest? They could build him into such a big baby face right now. I know he was always going to get love, but they could really, really put the friggin' machine behind him and give us some story behind his climb and how, miraculous and how much of a big deal it was for him to get there, because he's superhuman, bro. He's Darby Allin. I'm not saying say that, but I'm along those lines. But no, we just he's like a friggin' bird on his perch, pretty much. He's Sting, really. He's just Sting. That's all it is, bro. It is.
Maybe they, I don't know, maybe Darby wants to do something himself apart from AEW with all that footage and stuff. Like maybe he wants to make his own documentary or something. I don't know.
Whatever it is, they should be doing something. Give us something, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they are going to give us this. They're going to give us an episode of Collision, Jimmy, and it's on its normal time again.
Yeah, back to Saturdays. I was almost sad about that now.
Yeah, it wasn't working for me, doing it on Saturdays. And now they moved it to some other days, and it was working, and now they moved back to Saturday, and it kind of didn't work for me. But
yeah, I think
I made it work.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to. Obviously, we all have to. But I feel like maybe they should look back into going back to back. I think it's better for AEW to do that, and probably easier for everyone to follow a little bit. But then again, not really. I'm just saying that. You know what I mean? But still, we are back on Saturdays. I don't know what the ratings were for Collision, though. I wonder how high that would be. Not that I care, but still.
It's a little early now, but
yeah, it's true.
So Shivani brings out Dustin Rhodes, the new TNT champion. So he comes out, he gives a big speech. Keep stepping is the motto here. Keep stepping, no matter what happens. Keep stepping. Then Callis and Fletcher come out, and they were talking about how, I wasn't you good job stealing my one-on-one match and getting a fatal 4-way and stealing the title from me. And then
he's got a point.
Right, he does have a point, but then here comes Dustin with a point. Dustin says, well, I worked 3 times in 24 hours.
Ooh.
And he said worked. He didn't say I fought. He didn't say I wrestled. He didn't say anything. He said I worked, which once again,
should know better, bro. That's another thing.
Right. This is why I'm angry. I was trying to remember. I was like, maybe you guys remember. I forgot. I'm mad at Dustin for something he did a while ago, but I can't remember what it was. I'm supposed to be mad at him. But I know I cut a promo saying I shouldn't have to be telling somebody like you how to do this fucking job, but I can't remember what it was.
I think it was about 2 weeks ago. Now that rings a bell.
No, it was longer ago than that.
Longer? You sure? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It sounds familiar anyway. But
I say that to a lot of people, but I specifically remember saying it about Dustin Rhodes for something. So I'm just going to trust myself and think I'm still mad at him. But anyways, so Don offers him when he, so Dustin's point was, I worked 3 times in 24 hours and you had a shot at me and you still couldn't get it done, even though I'm an old man and I'm tired, is basically his point. So It's like, oh, okay, fair enough. So anyways, Don says, you're going to lose that title one day. And when you do, there's going to be a spot in the family for you. And he's like, obviously not. And then he starts fighting with Kyle, and
off to the races.
He runs him off. He clotheslines him over the top rope.
Oh, look, I'm happy for Dustin, and I am truly a fan of Dustin's, but as perfect as he is in the ring, supposedly, and as good as he is, he's exposing the business because of saying what you brought up. I worked, blah, blah, blah. Not fought, like you said, or wrestled, but worked. Like it's such a big deal for him. It sounds like you're complaining even, first of all. Like, isn't that like you're complaining? Like, oh, well, fuck, man. I had to work for fucking 50 hours, say. You know what I mean? But he should know better not to use it in that context or the other context, like whatever way you want to work it. But for whatever reason, I guess since management doesn't care, no one cares, and apparently the fans all know it's a work and don't care. Who cares, right? Let's just go there.
Let's go there. We get a conglomeration package. So, conglomeration still alive and well. We get Ricochet versus AR Fox again for whatever reason. Well, we know the reason, but like,
right.
If you're just going to make, if you're going to work an angle with these guys, you shouldn't have had them have a random match. However many weeks ago they did.
It wasn't that random. Well, yeah, that was. This one kind of wasn't, but even though it is, because he brought up, why'd you do me like that, man? From when? Wasn't that 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, they showed that footage again.
But he's still complaining about the same thing, like 3 weeks later. Like he's still butthurt.
We had to get through All In because no one cared about him for that. We had other fish to fry, and now we can care about AR Fox again.
If anyone's got boo-boo face, though, for real, it's AR Fox, dude. I'm telling you.
I think that's just his face.
You think so? If you look at his older stuff, he looks so much happier, bro. Just in general, when he was in 2CW, for example, like I saw one of his 2CW matches, for an example. Actually, I think he wrestled Ricochet even there, as a matter of fact, which kind of made me smile because I'm like, oh, what do you know? But yeah, like he just looks so much happier. Here, he just looks so like depressed, and he's just going with emotions. I could be wrong, but it just comes across that way. If he's a heel, fine, then he's healing it up. But as a babyface, you shouldn't look so down.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can get him a juice box or something. Because he's got a good reason to be upset because the Gates of Agony are going to walk out. And he doesn't have any friends, obviously. So he's at a disadvantage here. They kind of fuck him around a little bit. And Ricochet's able to hit the spirit gun and get the win.
As he should.
Yep. Is that enough for you, Fox? Are you going to drop it now?
I hope so. Probably not.
So then they're at the desk for the announcers on camera, but they're only doing this so that the Death Riders can sneak up behind him and choke Colt Cabana with a chain. Which, why is Colt Cabana even on commentary? I guess I didn't even notice he was out there because he sounds so like Ian Riccaboni that I just assumed it was Ian with maybe like a cold or something. But then they went ahead and like choked him and beat him up and brought him in the ring and got him bloody and then hung him over it's Colt Cabana.
I know, like they've got real beef with this guy who hasn't even been on TV for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Like,
what's the problem? Did I miss it?
No, because I think I didn't miss it. I don't know what's going on, Vet. I just don't know, bro. I don't know, man.
He just had to be the sacrifice at that time? He just happened to be out there and they were like, I guess you?
Yeah, I guess. He was bleeding. Didn't they cut him open too?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So, I don't know, man. I'm so lost when this shit happens. It really puzzles me, man. Because I really start thinking to myself, did I miss something? Why? What's going on? Like, again, I'm confused, bro. I have no idea what's going on. Why is he randomly there? And was he wearing it like a producer's shirt as well? Funny enough. Like, the stock AEW sort of, T-shirt. He came across like a cameraman for crying out loud. I wouldn't have known that was Colt until the camera zoomed on his face.
Look, it's Colt Cabana. What do you want?
Boom, boom.
I'm mad at him too. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Frank asked, "Where is Dark Blue's cheeks been?" I guess he stepped out for a minute, Frank, because she was up in one of the 4-way matches earlier.
Yeah.
She helped Thekla get a win because her and Dark Julia spit in the Queen's face.
Yeah, this spitters.
Now you're all caught up. So her cheeks were there on Dynamite. You can go back and watch just that match if you want.
Even though it was very uneventful, though, the way she came in, it was like almost like she wasn't there.
Hey, anytime she walks into a room, it's an event, buddy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Lexi is with Chris Statlander, and she's like, whatever, who cares? They're still trying to do this thing about her and Willow being friends and not being friends anymore. Sure. And then the Death Riders walk past with all of Colt's blood on their clothes and everything, and then Yuta stops by, bro. And he's like, champions bounce back. So yeah, there you go.
Well, guess what? We got an announcement preview for this week, so get ready, Vet. I should have tagged you because I actually posted it, but I forgot to tag you. But anyway, it's going to be Yuta. This is a spoiler already. Not really, because they announced it. Yuta versus Hangman.
Chris Statlander? Oh.
No, that would have been good. But Hangman is going up against Yuta. That's how you, like, follow up already after All In and this week's set of shows. So I already know we're going to have a bad week again next week, Vet.
Cool. Can't wait.
Neither can I.
Well, things are looking up now because it's Megan Bayne versus Ty Mello.
From Thessaloniki, apparently, still, huh?
We had to have some kind of a great wrestling match on these shows, right?
Great, really.
Why was Megan? Why did she have like the red, white, and blue Greek goddess gear? American Greek goddess.
Are you sure she's from Thessaloniki?
Does Greece have a Little America?
No, they don't.
You know how America has those like little towns, you know, right, from other countries.
So we got little Chinatown and all that.
Does Greece have Little America?
Yeah, no, they don't. Oh. They actually don't. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. I don't think there is a Little America anywhere really, Vet.
That's weird.
Is there?
I guess real America's big enough.
Wow. But there are Greek towns all over the world and, of course, Chinatowns. But, yeah, there's no red. Unless she's a Spartan, but she's from Thessaloniki. That's where Alexander the Great is from. Ancient Macedonia. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. No red, girl. Absolutely. No red. Get it off.
All right. Well, so they have a match that I know it's one day it's going to be looked upon and given the Hall of Fame award for best match, just like just like Steve Austin versus Bret Hart for WrestleMania 13. Once AEW is like finally folded, and WWE is giving out, they've run out of awards to give. They'll look back on Ty Mello versus Megan Bayne from Collision, and they'll realize that it belongs in the pantheon of greatest matches of all time. Which was won by a Liger Bomb from the Megasis. They called it a Liger Bomb too. So
what's the finisher these days?
A Liger Bomb.
We're going with that now. So it's no more weird.
As F5. Tony Schiavone called it, the running Liger Bomb.
All right, cool. So that's what it is. Why don't they use something and call it something Greek goddess-esque?
Well, she was using the what was it called? Fate's Descent?
Forgot. It's not Greek enough. What the fuck is
gonna have to? It's going to have to do. So we're going with Liger Bomb.
All right.
How Greek is Liger Bomb?
That's very Greek. It's Lagos Bomb. That's what it is. Yeah. But did you see Liger was in the crowd actually on Dynamite?
Was he?
You didn't see him?
No.
There was some marked
not the real one.
No, but there was some marked. I've never seen his in the full get up, bro. Like I'm talking about from pants to shirt to mask, and he's freaking going on, cheering and saying you deserve it and all this crap. But he was literally all dressed as Liger. It was kind of weird.
Amazing.
I wonder how much that cost him. Just asking for a friend.
I'm sure it cost him at least quite a bit of time.
Well, it looks good. I'll give him that.
Hey, speaking of looking good, here's Skyflight. They're ready for a match with somebody, but luckily Don Callis comes in and meets everybody. He shakes all their hands. He's never met any of these people before.
Oh,
He has no idea who Christopher Daniels is, meeting him for the first time here. And Christopher Daniels challenges Don Callis, some of his family, to a match. So that, I guess, is going to happen sometime.
That's intriguing.
Maybe next week, maybe Wednesday. Who knows?
There's been no announcements yet, but I love Liz's comment just quietly. How about the spanakopita? Now, I love me a good spanakopita, just quietly, but I'm down for that.
What kind of a wrestling move would that be, though?
It has to be a splash of some sort. I don't know why I get splash in my mind.
Okay.
But it's got to be some sort, because it's pastry with what do you call it? Spinach in it, you know what I mean? And cheese.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got to splash that shit together, man.
All right.
But I like that. That's a good one, Liz. I like that a lot.
So, next is Taya, who's carried to the ring by MXM, versus Alex Windsor.
She's back?
She's here. She was back at All In, and now she's here.
I think she's Australian. Do you know that?
No, I'm pretty sure she's English.
Okay, because I saw... Anyway.
This is Will Ospreay's woman.
Oh, that... Okay.
With the kid. She's a mom, guys.
That's the one. That's right.
Yeah.
How much older is she to him? I think she's a bit older than him too.
Yeah, probably. Doesn't matter.
He's a weird dude, man.
She's gonna do a promo here. Well, it's not like live, but they cut during her entrance. They cut to the back where she did a promo, and so she's there as she wins with the sharpshooter.
Nothing screams sharpshooter like Windsor.
Right. And then they are trying to announce, like, here's your winner. Alex wins. And then Athena interrupts this. She's like, yeah, whatever. Get out. So
Whatever.
She doesn't even finish. She doesn't even finish announcing the winner. So Athena's up in the balcony being great and talking all this shit. And then Toni appears from the back. She starts going down to the ring. She says, how about you shine my shoe with your sphincter or whatever she says.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What was that? She wants her shoe shined from her asshole.
Right. It's a clever way of saying I'm going to kick your ass. So
I know, but you know.
So Athena's like, no, and furthermore, you're not going to get a fight with me. You're going to have to deal with Billy first. And then Tony's like, well, if you're not going to come to me, then I'll come to you. And Athena's like, catch me if you can, bitch, and runs away. And there you go.
And it's Tom and Jerry after that, it seems. The way she's exaggerating now, her accent, I'm talking about Toni, is really starting to make me laugh. So she's way more exaggerated now. Like, I'm going to come and get you. You do it better than me, actually. I can't give it justice. Do that one more time, Vet. I like the way you do it.
What I say, if you won't come to me, I'll come to you.
I love it. I don't know why you do it better than I do, but you do. But even though she kind of puts on a British sort of tone to it, though, a little bit.
You and your Brit, no one notices. You didn't even know that Alex Windsor wasn't Australian, so you're disqualified from knowing things.
Anyway,
DQ finish on Jimmy.
All right, fine.
Lexi is not from Australia or England, but she's with the 5-tool player, and he's like watching Max on an iPad, and Billy Gunn comes in. He's like, "What are you doing? You need to let this shit go." And he's like, "You're supposed to, like, you haven't been around to help me." And he's like, "Well, you told me to go away, and now you're telling me you want me around. You don't know what you want." And then he says he's got a plan. He's got a plan to get him back on track. And then he says he's got a match for him next week. And he doesn't tell him who it is, but, it's a big surprise.
Who cares? Who cares, right? I mean,
fair enough. Really, I'll tell you what you could care about, though.
What's that?
This tag team match 4-way is for $200,000. That's right. Each person gets $100,000 in the winning team.
So we're going from 100,000 to 200,000.
Yep.
Wow.
Because there's twice as many people that
means
win.
twice as much of cash, right?
That's right. And with the price of Hot Pockets these days, you're going to need every dime of that $100,000.
Absolutely.
You're not going to share, the winner's not going to share with his partner because Hot Pockets is so expensive. It's like, get your own, buddy. You have 100,000. There's nothing stopping you.
Just quietly, I had Hot Pockets yesterday, and I love that shit. I still like them to this day.
What kind did you have?
The pizza ones, but
The pepperoni one?
yeah, pepperoni and cheese.
The croissant crust or the garlic butter crust?
Nah, garlic butter. Garlic butter. What did I just say? Garlic butter crust.
Okay.
Also, we have a meat lovers one. I don't know if you've had that one before or seen it, but that's pretty good, but a little sweet.
Mm.
For some reason, it feels a bit Swedish.
All right. Well, I don't
But I
buy
love
Hot
it. I love
Pockets
Hot
much,
Pockets.
but
You
it's a
know
nice
what? I
snack
hadn't
if
had
you
them
don't have any time at all.
I hadn't had them for years, and then it's like I couldn't find them for quite a long time. And then once I seen them, I went sort of hard on them, dude. So for now, I'm really into them.
TN Couponer says, do you think Bowens will turn on Billy Gunn? I don't see the upside in it, but that doesn't mean that they wouldn't do it.
You know what would be great? If he turns and then Billy Gunn beats him in a match.
Well, obviously, yes. If he turned on Billy Gunn in real life, he would get the shit beat out of him immediately. So just don't do it. Yeah, just don't turn on him. Anyway, yes.
Happen?
The tag team match 4-way. The tag team match 4-way. We're already past this now. It's the Learning Tree versus Crew versus the Gates of Agony versus the Gun Boys.
Yeah, cool.
With Juice Robinson.
That's even cooler. But he needs to grow a beard again, though, Juice.
He's growing. He's got a Mike Santana look going on right now.
Yeah, he's growing. I
Kind of looks like
growing.
a Mike Santana right now.
I
like
bet
a stretched out Mike
back.
Santana.
Well, yeah. Shit.
Like a Gumby like.
Gumby like?
Uh-huh.
Don't go there.
Gumby.
I used to love Gumby. No shit. I really did.
He was once a little green ball of clay.
Don't do that.
Gumby.
Gumby. Yeah. Woo. Actually, wasn't his voice like this?
Gumby.
Not exactly.
Something like that. Something like
along
that.
those
Kinda
lines.
that. All right.
Remember the blockheads?
Yeah.
That would have been
They
a
were
good
the
tag
heels
team.
of Gumby.
Yeah. Good. Anyway.
So the Gates of Agony win the money.
Good.
They win the
I'm
match
all for it.
and they grab the money. Or they would have if the money was actually there. But we just were assured that they won the money.
We'll just pretend that that's real money. And like Lisa in the chat, she demands transparency and she wants to see receipts for the 200K. I don't blame her. So do I.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. Forward the email those or fax those copies. All right. Platinum Open Challenge time. Who's going to face the best wrestler alive? It's Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah. Actually, as soon as I saw that, I went for a peace break.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened was Max tried a new thing that he's never tried before.
Oh.
Running away. Because if he can run out the timer, technically, even though it's them who's supposed to survive the 5 minutes, at least they won't beat him.
It's smart.
So,
why didn't you do this all along?
Brilliant. And another piece of brilliance is when he tries running away, Roderick Strong trips him and he falls down. And Kyle O'Reilly gets him in the ring and beats him. And it took him 2 minutes and 18 seconds, which is the longest by far it took anybody, but it's still less than half the time available. So,
well, I was surprised it was still going when I came back. I'm not going to lie. I was like, what the hell? This thing's still going? And Kyle O'Reilly looked somewhat like he was sweating, dude. I guess that was from all the running. But they cheated. They had to cheat to actually beat the greatest wrestler alive.
Those sons of bitches.
Pricks.
The Paragon really are, at their heart, they are a heel team. No matter what they say and no matter how injured and close to retirement Adam Cole is.
There's been no news about Adam Cole, funny enough, now that you brought him up. I haven't heard nothing about him since.
Yep, and they didn't mention him on these shows either, did they?
Which is odd, right? Is this something
Or did
more?
they? Because maybe I missed
I
it.
don't-
Maybe I fast forwarded it or something, but
I do not recall they mentioned
I didn't even
it.
see it in the highlight packages. They did talk about it. Maybe they mentioned it. Maybe they had to mention it when they were talking about Dustin, but I don't
think they even mentioned it then, dude.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if there's something more to this that we don't know of, but that is quite interesting.
Well, let's correct us if we're wrong. But anyway, Juice Robinson is in the back now, and he's cutting a promo about how, what is he cutting a promo about?
I don't know, man. He just rants, bro. Let's be honest. He's like, that's
Well,
what I'm hearing half the time.
Big Bill came in and was like, "Shut the fuck up," and then, and then they started fighting, and then security came in, and there were these guys have like other people with them. Where were they? Where were the guns? Where was Big Business Bad Apple Bounty Hunter Brian
There was
McKee?
no one out there. These guys
It was
were
just
fighting all over the
security in
place.
there.
Right. Yeah. And they're fighting
All
around
right.
the locker rooms and whatnot. Yeah. I didn't see
All right,
anyone else.
here might have been an exciting match for people. Roosh versus Shibata.
Different. I mean, I'm sure they faced each other
Who's
in the
gonna
past.
sell?
That's, you know what? I dare say, shit. That's a tough one, man. Because Roosh never sells, but really neither does Shibata. But I think Roosh is a little bit worse, just a
little bit. He's also a little bit fat, if you notice.
Well, do you blame him?
Inactive.
Yeah, I mean, now imagine you were him, dude. They've put him so down the pecking order. You know, he's very passionate about where he stands on the roster. If you know what I mean. I feel like he's given up, dude. They've cracked him. They've finally gotten to him, man. He's just like, fuck this. I'm not even gonna do no weights. I'm not a Toro Blanco anymore. I'm nothing. I'm just. They should just call him Push from now on.
That's how
needs a
you know
push.
That's how you know he's a serious pro athlete. Because rather than get himself in shape for whoever else might want to give him a contract, they just fuck off and make themselves look bad.
He's like,
That's a true 2025 pro athlete right there.
That's a true 2025 athlete, 100%, man. I mean, I
don't get my way, I give up.
I give up.
I don't work hard to audition myself for the next potential employer.
Unfortunately for him, he went from Roosh.
I'm not going to go work with my brother in the company where, you know,
yeah, true.
they don't have a room to put me on TV even if they wanted to because there's so many people here.
Well, like I said, he's gone from Roosh to Slush, if you know what I mean. He's a bit slushy or slushy around the stomach area.
Yeah. Well, it didn't seem to hinder his actual work. I mean, the guys went and did a lot of like back and forth violence and a lot of striking going on here, trading stuff. There was a ridiculous like German suplex spot where they just kept getting right up from German suplexes and suplexing the guy. Like they did it like 6-7 times in a row back and forth and just, you know, it's just what they do.
You gotta love it. Come on.
LFI interferes.
Are they still a thing?
Yeah, they came out, they interfered. And Shibata got the horns. And then they continued beating him up, but then Hobbs came out to make the save with the chair, even though he could have come out a lot earlier since the guy was already outnumbered at ringside and Hobbs should have seen this coming. So he could have actually been out there, but apparently Hobbs is just not that concerned. He's like, you got this. Even though Samoa Joe is gone because you killed him on All In. And even though that Hook is missing in action and whatever, I'll let you go out there all by yourself, Shibata. You know, the guy whose career ended for a few years due to head injuries. Like, I'll let you go out there and face the faction whose name says you can't control them. I'll let you go out there by yourself, buddy. You got this.
See, again, you just put all that logic again. You know,
damn,
it's facts, dude. You're right, but again, I guess we need to be neuralized. I mean, again,
never.
Oh shit, he's neuralized.
Welcome to everyone to the show where after the collision we sift through
Wreckage. It's the other way around suddenly.
Yeah, well, I don't remember how we've ever done this. I think you set the neuralizer back too far.
Yeah, I think I did. My bad.
Anyway, it looks like there's been enough talk, Jimmy. It's time for the main event.
I missed that. I'm not gonna lie.
Our hero, Hechicero.
Yeah, he's back
Newly
again.
signed, double the money.
Double
No
the
pesos
Hechicero.
here, my friend. These are American dollars.
American dollars, man. No pesos of any kind. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Just American dollars.
Yep, he's teaming up with his buddies from the Don Callis family, who I guess he's also joined them officially now, according to what the announcers were saying.
Is he? Is that official now? Can we say that?
I'm not sure it wasn't already official, but I heard them repeat it here, so I'll assume it's official, at least as of last night. So he's there with his buddies Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, and the lightning rod of charisma, Josh Alexander.
Oh.
And they are taking on Jet Speed, Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, and Máscara Dorada, and Bandito, who, as we saw, was the victim of a strong win by Hechicero on Dynamite. So what's going to happen here? I'll tell you what's going to happen.
Repeat again, but it feels again. It is weird, but still, yeah, we're getting it 2 for 1.
Yep.
And double the money, just quietly.
And here's the thing about this match. It's very exciting because who needs referees? Who needs tags? Everybody can just do whatever they want. They do it for like 10, 15 minutes. And then Dorada hits a shooting star press on Rocky Romero.
Of course.
And everyone is happy.
But look, there's a reason why there's no referees pretty much. Because Hechicero is a sorcerer, vet. That's the story. You know what I mean? He
banished them
He banished them. Yeah.
Or he used the mystical version of neuralizing. Is that what you're saying? Like,
you know what? He even used the referees in his sorcery and threw a fireball of referees at his opponents. That's what he was doing.
Wow.
That's what he told me. I swear, I kid you not.
Hechicero told you that?
Hechicero told me that. I kid you not. He said, I get that referee, and then I make a ball, and boo. I do Dugans, not Hadugans, just Dugans.
Dugans.
Or Hechiceros. Something like that.
Hechicero, yeah. Well,
actually, did I say Hechicero? It's Hechiceros, yeah.
Etchy.
That's right.
Hechicero.
My bad.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was Collision.
Collisione. That's what we should call it. It's Italian collision right now.
I can say one good thing.
What's that?
No Daniel Garcia anywhere.
Yeah. Is he hurt? Hopefully. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that.
Not hopefully, but not there. And he is definitely not in the main events. So,
and
on the one hand, that means I did have to watch it. On the other hand, he's not there. So it kind of balances out.
And did you notice there was another outage? I guess it makes sense, but where the hell was
Mortos?
He main evented 2 weeks in a row, and now he's just gone. But I guess Money hasn't been around, so.
Was he out there with LFI?
I don't recall seeing
I think it was
him.
I think it was him and Drolistico that actually cost Shibata the match.
I didn't notice that for some reason. Are you sure?
I'm not positive, but I think so. Chat was Mortos out there to screw Shibata?
Because I don't remember seeing.
Yeah,
That's
he was
weird.
out with Roosh Labras says. Yeah.
I swear I didn't even notice that, man.
Yeah.
No
but
shit.
that's I mean that's a little bit low on the card for someone of his stature now, right? Now he's raised up stature wise in the company. He shouldn't be just a lackey at ringside. He should be in the main event, right?
How do we go from main events to lackey?
I don't know. Mercedes wasn't there either.
So that's why.
That's probably what it was. She wasn't there to be like, excuse me, where is Mordos' segment?
Wait, he had a blue mask on?
Yeah.
What's going on with the blue bullshit? I don't get what this new blue thing going on with Hechicero now. And then we got
Mortos.
He's in blue. Like, why what does that signify?
I don't know. Maybe they're sad that
Liz, maybe they broke up.
yeah, maybe. That was short-lived. Or
was a
maybe it was
quickie.
never real to begin with. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean that still blows my mind at them two. If they're a thing,
I don't
apparently they
buy
are.
it. I never bought it. I never bought it for a second. You can't fool me.
Okay, interesting.
Anybody can post anything they want on social media. Don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I know. I need more proof. But apparently she's the one that came out and said it, but it could be bullshit.
Could be a rib.
I'm sure they're good friends, though. Obviously, they clearly are.
She could have just said, like, I'm tired of these people harassing me at airports and public places, so I'm going to say my boyfriend is this guy.
Maybe.
And no one's going to come near me then.
Kenny F. and Power was saying, I think you guys are making up names again. Never heard of half these people.
You can
They're
Google
real.
it, Kenny. You can Google
They're
it.
real.
There's one thing that you will not get from me. You'll get a lot of things from me. One thing you won't get is a lie.
Well, yeah, Vet doesn't make up wrestling names out of nowhere.
I mean, I do,
It's-
but usually
Well.
it's tag team names for
I'm
wrestlers that
trying
just
to-
get thrown together. But that's not a lie. That's an idea.
I was trying to save you, but
It's
whatever.
free creative.
Well, Labrath says she apparently wanted a lawyer.
Oh, yes, Frank the lawyer. Frank the lawyer Mortos.
Franco Mortos. Sounds like something else. But anyway, like Kenny says, in Vet we trust. And Liz says that's branding. Absolutely.
And
Well,
Gary. You
and
can
Gary.
always
Oh, there
trust
he is.
Gary. Gary is always trustworthy. Gary has never lied. He's never even spoken. So he couldn't have lied.
You know why? Because snitches get stitches and Gary gets it.
He knows. He also doesn't
See,
seem to
now
have a
we've-
mouth that I can see, but that's beside
Sure
the
about
point. So not sure. But I am sure that we are done sifting.
Yes.
And I don't think it's the worst week of AEW we've ever had, but
wasn't
it
that
definitely, and it sounds like from what you were saying about the ratings that this is not the case, but if you were tuning in after All In to see how they followed up, they didn't follow up a motherfucking thing.
Nothing. You know what else is bizarre?
You just had people giving thank you speeches. You started out with Hangman giving a thank you speech, and then you had on Collision Dustin Rhodes coming out with a rah-rah speech.
the rah-rah speech. Yeah.
And nothing
yeah.
else. Like, whatever.
And did we reset on anything? It feels like we're still on the same path to somewhere.
We got a little bit of Monet and Athena.
Oh, that's
We got a little bit
difference.
of Okada and Swerve. We got a little bit of
that's true.
who was it? We don't have any more contenders for the Hurt Syndicate. Nothing there.
Oh, yeah. No tag. Well, they got no tag teams for
Kyle
that, for them.
Fletcher obviously wants to take that belt off of Dustin. The Young Bucks are in the Don Callis family, maybe. None of this shit is like none of it's very major. It's the kind of stuff you could quickly read the results and you wouldn't have had to watch the show. You could be like, okay, I'm caught up. So we'll give them a break and see what they do next week, just like we always do. But it's time for us to go.
And before we do go, like Labrat says, multi-time #1 Booker of the Year is on the job.
Yeah, but not last year.
No, actually, that's true. It's Triple H was the man last year. But anyway, Vet, since we stopped or we finished sifting through that wreckage, tell them what you're up to and what you're doing, man. And where they can find you, of course.
You can always find me at Opinion Haver. If you need any further proof of my greatness, just look at the people that I endorsed over the years. Look at Julia. I'd say look at her. Now she's a United States champion, even if she's not on TV ever.
I was going to say, where is she?
Look at Stephanie getting a big showcase push. If you saw my Twitter timeline earlier, Cappuccino Jones is in the finals of the WWID tournament to crown the first ever WWID champion. And I saw him and said,
you called it.
I looked at 1 8x10 of that guy and said, here's your guy. And look where we're at. So,
I can't believe you got it right. I said, hey, I'll give you that, man. You did call that a long time ago. I didn't even know who he was yet.
Nobody
I
did.
never forgot. Yeah.
But
True.
when you're the best in the world, that's what you can do. And what else you can do when you're the best in the world is you can do The Impact Attack every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, right here live on YouTube and Twitch, where Brandon and I will talk about TNA and we'll talk about Slammiversary, which as of this recording has not happened yet. So we'll be covering that. On Wednesday, you will have the Next Level Wrestling review with myself and Big Ray Hernandez, where we will talk about the fallout from Slammiversary and how that may affect this particular episode of NXT that's coming up. Of course, you know about the Wreckage every Sunday, where you continue to talk about AEW, but you can also find, outside of HMG, you can find Wrestling with Rip Rogers every Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Concrete, ask Rip Rogers a question, get a Rip Rogers answer. You can find Stevie Richards' show every Friday with a new, fresh, amazingly produced episode. If I'm the best in the world, Stevie Richards has easily the best show in the world. So definitely get on that. Check that out. Check out Limpin' Ain't Easy with Timmy Baltimore with the great Mickey James. Unfortunately, that episode, as interesting as it was and as good as it was, they recorded it at some baseball game with fireworks or some shit like that. So the audio was maybe not my favorite, but still, it was nice to see old friends catching up. I can't say I'm friends with Mickey James, but I am friends with Timmy, and I love seeing everything he's doing. It's awesome. And don't forget, as far as HMG goes, Jimmy, I'll steal one of your plugs. Oh. But as of yesterday, I was a guest on the Smack Attack for a special video game discussion about wrestling video games in the early days, into the 90s and everything like that. So thank you again, Jimmy, for having me on with yourself and RBV. I had a good time.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of RBV, the Monday Locker Room. Go check that out. I guess either on Tuesday mornings or sometime on Monday, because sometimes it is on a Tuesday, where Bin Hamin and, of course, R to the B to the V will be talking all the news in pro wrestling. So looking forward to that. And, of course, Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern, it is me and Big Ray, Fight Like a Raw, your Raw review show, where we talk about everything of, WWE Raw. So look out for that, Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. And, you plugged everything for me, Vet. I appreciate that. I don't have to do anything. So in saying that, I am Jimmy T. He is the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams. And you've been listening and watching the
Wreckage
live right here on Humming Media Group's YouTube channel and, of course, channelattitude.com after the fact, till the end of the year, that is. And before we go, I also want to thank all of y'all in the chat. Keep subscribing, keep sharing. Again, we're over like 1,100 subscribers right now, Vet. So we're going up and we're on the way up. And we thank you for doing that for us. We very much appreciate it. And in saying that, till next time, peace.